Integrated Studies class. Once again, I'm Zach Hooper. This is our fourth week in discussion over the chapter, Cognitive Toolkit, I believe is the name of the chapter. Yes, the Interdisciplinary Studies Cognitive Toolkit. So this week, I've been quite busy, so I haven't been able to dive into the chapter as much as I'd like. But I'm still very intrigued by the book, and I can't wait to keep learning more. It's a very interesting major. There's something special going on here. It's my first upper level class for this major, so I'm really excited to see how this. Not only do I bring in my three minors, but then what I can take out of the class and apply that to my three minors. I've been having really good conversations with new friends I'm making about it, and people seem to be really interested and want to know more. So I think it's going to be really good for my future, and I hope so as well for anybody else who's watching this who might be in the class. So to get the video started, I'll talk about which topic I'm choosing. So I'll put it on screen now. See, I'm learning everything every day. In this class, it incorporates everything in your life, and it makes everything seem more important. Kind of like the metacognition that we talk about in this chapter. Just it makes me want to try harder at a variety of subjects and not just be good and be a master of none. I'd rather be just it's more like being optimistic and going wholehearted into something. So I really like it. So today's topic is pardon me. Today's topic is from your reading of the intellectual capacities, values, traits, and skills that are fostered by disciplinary studies, identify which of these traits or values you already possess, and which do you think you need help developing? So I believe that it is life lessons that build a person's character. As a world traveler, Marine, student, and hockey player, I have learned exceptional skills that make me healthy and happy. What I really like about interdisciplinary studies is that it allows exceptional people to be creative and determine their own life path. It wants people to weaponize their field of study for the good of mankind, to break down the walls built by cultural norms, and to become a melting pot of intellectual thinking. This methodology seems to be the future of schooling as our society continues to evolve. So, contrary to the two men and a donkey artwork shown below, interdisciplinary studies preaches harnessing your strengths, being confident, and making wise, timely, well-informed decisions. Above all else, the art is a depiction of futility. Without the wherewithal to utilize your own personal intellectual capacities, values, traits, and/or skills, you'll never overcome impeding forces as portrayed here in the artwork. Anyways, it's time to assess what skills I have that has been outlined in the reading, as well as skills I don't have that I'd like to build upon. Anyways, I think that I excel in critical thinking, the ability to analyze, critique, and assess a situation and make a timely decision. The key to success with this skill set is trusting your instincts and being honest with yourself and with the situation. Most importantly, it's very adamant to have quick decision making with a quick decision making process. That's very important. It's not just make a quick decision, it's making a process up in your mind to achieve a certain things in a certain order. And that is how I perceive critical thinking. I also believe I have exceptional intellectual dexterity, which can be hard to vocalize without sounding arrogant. But any white guy named Zach always sounds arrogant, so it's just something I live with. You can call me Bobby. It sounds better. Sorry. But so it's hard to vocalize intellectual dexterity, but as long as you're a good listener, anyone can learn this trait. It's important to be humble, certainly. Another thing that I think I'm good at is to be an entrepreneur, and not in the sense of the business sense, but outside of that business world, yet similarly related. Um, Another definition of entrepreneurship, which I really like that the book described, is taking risks to achieve a particular goal. So, with that in mind, I would consider myself an entrepreneur, whereas our society would define an entrepreneur as a businessman who is self-serving. But based on this textbook definition, I think I would be quite a good I do fall under that skill. I live pretty risky lifestyle that not many people choose. I rely on a lot of faith and optimism, and I live outside of a lot of societal norms currently, which can be scary for some, but comforting to me. I really do like to blaze my own trail. It can be challenging sometimes, but it's also very rewarding. Finally, one trait that I neglect a lot is intellectual courage. Something like this, putting a video on YouTube, I'm 26, and I've never been an outgoing guy who wants to, go post and do live streams and stuff like that. But intellectual courage is something I definitely struggle with. I think if our society had more courage to vocalize their findings, then we could probably solve a lot of our global problems much more efficiently. We literally have a great Atlantic garbage patch, a huge island of trash floating out in the Atlantic Ocean. And we as humans created it, but we as humans could probably solve that problem if we had somebody who was intellectually courageous and had the dexterity to take their scientific knowledge and take it to the public's sphere. If they could just harness their own abilities and be intellectually courageous, they certainly could take care of that trash island that we created as a globe. But often people who lack courage are also bad leaders. This is true for myself. The world is a frightening place, but if we can persevere and make ourselves uncomfortable, then we can achieve our greatest goals. So thanks for being patient with me. I'm still pretty bad at this, but I'm really starting to enjoy the discussion videos. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye now.